Hello, everyone. Chips led, AI stocks led. Google had good news, and that kept the market up, and that made the NASDAQ the biggest winner today. All right. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at everything nice, quickly. Should be a quick video compared to the rest. We're going to take a look at the SP500, the NASDAQ, the Russell, the dollar, the bonds, the VIX, the yields, all that good stuff. All right. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. And before I continue, we are on a tear. We are on an absolute tear. Whether you like it or not, things are going really, really well. So you could take a look at the profit and losses channel. People are making a lot of money. Things are working really well. And, you know, even in daily recap, we're not losing trades. We're not losing trades, guys. We lost one trade this week, which was a blatant loss. I'm 24 for 25 this week. Okay? So if you guys want access, I don't even need to say anything else. If you guys want access to these trades, the link is in the comment section or in the channel description. And if you genuinely want to make money, I could care less about your opinion. All the information is in the comments below. All right. So I hope to see you guys here because the proof is in the pudding. I'm not lying. Numbers don't lie. These people, I don't have an entire group of people lying for me. If it was bad and if I was genuinely not doing well, there would be people saying, "Oh, he's lying." Well, where are they? Where are these people? They're nowhere to be found because actually people are making money. All right. So yeah, I hope to see you guys there. God bless. Now, very quick, Google. Let's start with Google. Google just released some new AI that it's working on. All right. So obviously Google had a big spike upwards. And because Google did well, because Microsoft also did well, because AMD did really, really well, this helped the NASDAQ do very well also, okay? So Nvidia also did well. Chip stock, you know the narrative, right? So let's just go ahead and quickly take a look at how the other tech stocks did. Meta, remember, was a big loser. It was one of the biggest losers, right? And once Meta also started to catch up, you could see today, Meta caught up to the other leaders. Remember, I was saying this a few days ago. Meta has to catch up, and it did. This was a really good play to everyone that went long Meta. We also closed above 326, which is really, really good. All right, Tesla, stagnant. Amazon, stagnant. Netflix also holding support. It's still stagnant though. And we took a look at the others. We didn't take a look at Apple. So Apple is also, at the highs. Obviously, it didn't have a huge green day, but it was led. This move to the upside was led by chips as well as the strength in Meta because it was one of the losers. Okay. So that's why the tech stocks did really, really well. And, QQQ led. Okay. So now what's going on in the Qs is that the Bollinger Bands are starting to contract and they're starting to both come closer. When this happens, there's usually an explosive move to either direction. So we're going to have to see, which direction that ends up being. But so far, with the lower Bollinger Band starting to spike up like this, it generally means that downside move is going to be stunted. Meaning, if there is a big downside move and the Bollinger Band is already up here, then basically, we're not going to have that much more room to the downside because the Bollinger Band, the lower standard deviation is increasing. So it stunts the downward potential the faster this goes up. So like I was saying for a few days now is the longer the NASDAQ can stay coiled up here and holding above support, it will give time for the lower Bollinger Band to start rising. And that's exactly what's happening here. Okay. So that's that for the NASDAQ. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the hell is going on with the dollar, the yields, and the VIX. All right. So number one, the dollar had a big move to the downside. Similar concept though. The Bollinger Bands are moving up and the lower Bollinger Bands are starting to move down. Things are starting to coil. But it makes sense. We needed a bit of a downward move on the dollar. But the main thing we needed was the yields to start bouncing. So once again, the dollar has an inverse relationship. Generally, when the dollar is rising, the market should be falling. And it clearly broke out of this falling wedge, which is bullish, a bullish pattern. And when the dollar is bullish, then that is bearish for the market. So the dollar had a bit of a pullback. We need to see if it can continue up. No big deal, okay? But now with the yields need to start showing some strength. And the yields are also in a falling wedge. We're at the lower edge of this falling wedge. So we need to see if we can get some follow through heading into the end of tomorrow and early next week. So basically, we need to essentially see if we can get a follow through upward day tomorrow. If that ends up happening, then this is going to be very, very bearish for the overall market, in my opinion. All right. Because again, the yields have an inverse relationship to the market as well. If the yields are bullish, then the overall market is bearish. So that is my thesis. We need to see if this ends up playing out, okay? But last but not least, the VIX it closed again above 13. We need to see if the VIX can close above 1350. And the VIX is important because it has an inverse relationship to the market as well. If the VIX is doing well, then generally the market should be falling. So this morning, the VIX was up about 1.5%, and the market was also up. And that caused a bit of disruption in the way that price action and everything moved. That's why I was a bit thrown off with the overall. I wasn't really thrown off, but it just didn't feel right. So if you guys were in the Discord, you guys know that I was just saying that it didn't really feel right, the price action. So I was way more tame with my positions today than I normally would for that reason. And yeah, now we just need to see if the freaking VIX and the yields can start to bounce. And if that ends up being the case, then the market will get a pullback. But it is difficult to get a pullback when the large tech stocks are leading the market. So the large tech stocks had a huge move to the upside. AI-related stocks showed some strength, and AI-related stocks were the main reason why we had this bounce to the upside to begin with. Overall, this entire move to the upside, this whole rally was based off of AI. So to see them doing well again doesn't look that good for bears. Only because that in terms of equity prices. But it all depends on the yields, the dollar. If the yields in the dollar can start showing strength, then we'll start getting pullbacks in equities. But with equities showing this much strength, and especially the big boys, the AI-related equities, that is not really the best sign for bears. In the short term, not a good sign for bears. Obviously, we have that resistance here at 460, and then we have support at 456. Below that is 454, 453, 452, then 450, of course, right? The levels are staying the same. We're basically just chopping around here. So we need to see now, if we get follow through to the upside or what ends up happening. But overall, there's not really that much to look at in terms of overall price action. The only thing is that we have a lot of important news coming out tomorrow, which is, swinging is going to be a bit difficult overnight. But then we also have a lot of news coming out at 10 a.m. also. So that is going to be important. And then the only other thing is, the Discord is doing basically really, really well. And I'm doing better than everyone that you know. And I'm doing better than every other Discord server in the world at the moment. So if you guys want access to it, I wouldn't be charging if it wasn't really, really high quality stuff. And it is. So I hope to see you guys there. And yeah, cool. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Thank you.